Hey Aries, welcome into your reading. Okay, we're going to read pretty much the second week going into the third. So the tail end of next week going into the following week. So mid part of September, which is going to be very close to the eclipse season. So let's see what's going on. I'm finally back at home. Sorry for the delay of this video. I was actually traveling and it was hard for me to release this on time, but at least I released it. Okay, what's the situation? And it should be normal from here on out because now I'm back in my studio space. I'm going to shuffle that again, but a card did fall out. I want to see what it is. Five of Cups. Interesting. We're feeling guilt and regret and some sort of loss. Seven of Swords. You feel like you're sneaking around, you're being sneaky, or you want to ghost, or maybe you're doing something in the shadows that you should not be doing. You're keeping secrets of some kind. Let me see. What else is the situation here for Aries, please? Nope, it's exactly what I just got done telling you. Seven of Swords, which is what we do in the shadows. It is an affair. It is ghosting. It is cheating. Now, if this is in the context of work, you feel bad, you feel guilty because you're strategizing or you're doing something you got to do. What's this? Ten of Cups. Yeah, it's, you know what? It's for your wish fulfillment is coming in. Listen, the month of September for Aries, a lot of things are shifting for you. And it should be because right now, I believe Capricorn's going in retrograde to Pisces. Do what you can until February, guys, because that nasty ass planet is coming back into Aries after that. And it's back again for more lessons. And nobody wants those lessons. But right now you're being conditioned. Like you're getting calluses over your pain, over your wounds, over your issues to be able to handle the lessons that Capricorn wants to teach you yet again in 2026. But with that said, if you've been working hard in September, you've been doing you should start seeing these gains right now in this month, or at least the bottom half of September. What's coming in towards Aries, please? Others of you, that's love. You feel bad about something or someone, situation. It could be you're ghosting, you're cheating, you're doing something on the low, very low key. It's coming in towards Aries, please. Three of Wands in reverse. You are done waiting. Okay, that's definitely eclipse itch coming in for you. And the Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I think what you're going to be feeling and seeing, because these are future predictions, so you may not feel like this today, but you will in, the coming weeks. Three of Wands, I don't think you're waiting for your ships to come in. I think you're going to start making either your own magic or you're going to start making your own moves. You're not waiting for a person to come back. You're not waiting for a lover to come back. You're not waiting for an answer before you make a decision. You're just done. Others of you, maybe those ships did come in and now you're just moving forward because you got what you wanted. But I'm looking at the Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which is showing me the challenges, the blocks, the obstacles. And I think, and I don't know if you're just being impatient or you're rushing or you're jumping to conclusion because of these roadblocks and obstacles that you're just not going to wait. A lot of you, I think you're going to try to do something preemptively. I could be wrong. We'll see when I clarify. What is it that Aries doesn't see coming their way, please? Three cards, and they're all in reverse. Why is that? Page of Swords in reverse, Two of Wands in reverse, and the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay. These two right here, very strong cards for me, very strong energies. And then the Page of Swords. I think you are cutting yourself off at the pass. I don't know if you're scared. I don't know if you're just tired or worried, or because I feel like maybe June, July, and August beat you up a little bit, that it just has you mentally fried and you're just kind of like, I don't know. I think I'm just done. I'm just done fighting. I'm just done with this fucking thing called life. I'm exhausted. I just, for once in my life, want things to be smooth and easy. So you're kind of like, it feels like give up energy to me. Not exactly, but along those lines. See, for me, the Two of Wands in reverse, this means you're, when it's upright, you're looking at your future. You're saying, okay, this thing back here is not working out. This thing, this job, this relationship, this whatever it is, it ain't happening. So I'm going to move forward and start looking for that new thing. But a lot of you with the Two of Wands in reverse, it's kind of telling me, you know what? I don't think I want to take that kind of risk. Especially with, and Page of Swords tells me you're not even bothering to look. You're not even trying to do your homework. You're not chopping wood. You're just not like, you're getting in your comfort zone. That's what this looks like to me. And I'm not saying anything is really wrong with that, but you're also not leaving your problems behind either. Six of Swords in reverse. When it's upright, Six of Swords upright, this is somebody who's starting to find their balance, their inner peace. They feel freedom. They feel relaxed. They feel like they can breathe again. In the reverse, you're going right back, U-turn. And what I'm picking up intuitively, and we'll see when we clarify, you're either afraid, or you're just too tired, or you're just so done. Right? So you're just like, where does it end? Where will I ever just find my peace and my stability? I'm tired of making these life choices, and I'm always scared to make them because I always think I'm going to fuck it up. No, it's not the case, Aries. It's never the case. But let's see, let's move on, because you also have Three of Coins at the bottom of the deck, which talks about working with a team or a third-party situation. Continuing. Actually, this is a month, this month and next month and the next few months, supposed to be really good in your love lives. You're supposed to be, easily attracting people right about now. And I think that's going to change your perception on everything. All right, what's the advice here for Aries, please? A lot of cards reverse flying out. Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, that could be a little interesting to me. And the Knight of Swords. Okay, actually it's very interesting to me. And Four of Coins. Very interesting. Here's the first time where I'm going to sit here and say, hold your horses. Literally should be the title of this reading. I'll probably forget it and rename it some other stupid thing. But you really need to hold your horses. Okay, see the bottom of the deck, Four of Pentacles. Hold on. Don't make any crazy decisions. And I don't think you are, because I think you're too scared to risk something here. You're not moving forward, but we'll see why it's telling you to hold on to something, or money, perhaps, or savings, perhaps, because Four of Coins literally means holding on to investments or money or saving, because something could be coming down the pike. Others of you could be talking theoretically about a person or a relationship. But what fell on the table, the Knight of Swords, you're thinking about rushing in to communicate something with someone. You're about to do something or say something, and it's saying, do not do that just yet. Just hold on and wait, okay? Because the Ace of Swords is in reverse. Maybe now is not the time for you to show your cards. Now is not the time for you to show your hand, all right? Because there could be some shit going on behind the scenes you're not aware of. Managers could be talking about you at work. A mother or father of somebody you're, dealing with, or a brother and sister that you're in a relationship with, could be saying something about you behind your back, whether it's positive or negative. You don't know. They could be defending you. You have no idea. But what I'm trying to say is, I know you're thinking about rushing in to say something, and putting your cards on the table, it's saying maybe not, just hold on a second. Also, it can be on the flip where it's saying you have to be honest. You can't lie about something. Let's see what the outcome of the week is. Queen of Cups. And the Wheel of Fortune. And Justice. Justice and Death. This is court, divorce possibly, potentially for some of you. But that's at the bottom of the deck. I see you being torn about it. But that's neither here. Let's talk about mid-September. Because you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is you being emotionally mature, emotionally available. And the Wheel of Fortune is talking about fate working on your behalf. How does fate work on your behalf? It does certain things that create life events for you. So a fight at the office, or a fight with your boss, or your boss does something weird or trippy that makes you question it, right? You start picking up on that instinctually. This puts you into a position where you start questioning things. And those questioning things put you in another position where you're starting to take action behind the things that you're questioning. It's the same thing. If you've been feeling a certain way for a long time about a person, relationship, job, situation, whatever it is, it's going to the universe is going to get involved and create a dynamic where it's going to force you to start making moves so your life doesn't get stuck. It's going to help you move it forward with the Wheel of Fortune. And that's supposed to be a good thing, not a bad thing. All right, so let's start clarifying. Guys, those of you who are new to this channel or who have never been here before, we generalize on your life. I'm a tarot reader, so I read the cards. And you use them as discerning adults as a tool to help you. In the extended readings, however, they are more just about your person. It is more about love and what's going on between you and them. So if you're interested in that, there's two options. The links are down below in the description box. Now, with that said, let's continue your reading here. And the reason I like to keep it generalized is, number one, you're a large audience. Number two, not everybody is here for the same thing. Many times I'm hearing like, oh, can you do a work reading? Oh, can you just do a love reading? No, I can tell you both because I'll just read you the cards and you'll know what it means for you. Plus, this is an enlightenment channel. It's meant to open your human construct to understand your patterns, why you do what you do. Why do you date the same people? Why do you take the same jobs? Why do you always feel the same way you feel? Why do you make the decisions that you do all the time? And it's meant to help you change that mind frame or amend you to do things in a positive nature. Anyway, moving forward, 7 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. Using the tarot, of course, and seeing the energies that are around you and what's happening to you. All right, there's breadcrumbs here with the 6 of Pentacles. And I know you know your worth and your value. I know you want more. I know you're feeling more. So you're questioning a relationship or you're questioning a job. But you feel bad and you feel guilty. Now, this could mean to me personally, you're the breadcrumber. You're doing this to keep somebody in your environment until you figure it out. And that is keeping a job or keeping a relationship until you can figure out what your next move is. Work-wise, fine. Love-wise, not so fine because it's not really fair to the other person. Now, if this is being done to you, because cards are vice versa, that's the situation. Okay? But I can see you're looking at your worth and your value and what you want to bring into this world. All right. I do see a little bit of a runner-chaser dynamic here. Back and forth here with somebody. What is the 3 of Wands in reverse, please? Some of you feel stuck in a commitment or marriage, but you might be ending that, or you might be breaking up with that, or at least you want to. You want to rush in and say, you know what? This isn't working for me. So you're at that point where I don't think you can wait any longer, or you want to wait any longer. I think you want to move forward with your life. You're at this point where you're like, I've made decisions, I've made choices. It's time I started moving forward with those choices and those decisions. All right, because you definitely have turned your back on a commitment. Now, commitment could be you going to college to get a degree. You said, I don't think I want this anymore. This is a marriage, and you're like, or a major relationship, and you're like, I don't think I want this anymore. Or a career, or a company you've worked for 11 years. You're like, I don't think I want this anymore. But you feel stuck and trapped, like you might not be able to get out of it. You're ready to make moves. You want to rush in and communicate something. And leave something that's not actually emotionally satisfying for you. Let's see what's going on here. What's the Six of Swords in reverse, the Two of Wands in reverse? But it looks like here you're afraid to do that. And you're afraid to just make that lunge or plunge. But what's interesting is your advice is also saying, hold on. So let me see what happens here. What's the Six of Swords in reverse and the Two of Wands in reverse and the Page of Swords in reverse? I think someone's trying to reconcile with you. Either you or they. And because they're trying to reconcile with you or work this through, Three of Cups, you see the celebration there? They're trying to reconcile with you or have some kind of good news with you. I think you're reconsidering. And that's probably why I also felt that runner-chaser dynamic, that back and forth. Like unrequited, but then saying, oh, this could be a blessing. I should just stay here. You are reviewing your options. Make no mistake, you are still weighing your pros and cons. Someone deeply in love or loves their job or loves their career doesn't feel this way. That's like a security blanket. Again, priorities. If that is for you the be all and end all, maybe you shouldn't make that risk. Maybe you shouldn't make that move. If this is in regards to you fulfilling yourself emotionally, I don't know if this is going to be okay for you. But let's see. I could be wrong. What is the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Swords, please? Yeah, here's your Knight of Swords in reverse. The Five of Wands. It's telling you right now you need to challenge someone or challenge the status quo. So maybe you shouldn't rush out of whatever situation you're in. I think what you need to do is you still need to challenge them. Or, what's that word I'm looking for? Compete with them. Possibly even have a fight with them or an argument with them. I shit you not. When I see the Five of Wands in advice, I'm always like, is it sure what it's saying to me? Because I'm not really a fighter. I don't like to fight. I don't like to argue. It bothers me. But here it's saying it's kind of potentially essential. So it's saying you should not rush to say, I'm out of here, goodbye. It's saying, hold on, hang on. There might be something here salvageable. What it's saying is you need to challenge the status quo, or maybe possibly potentially have an argument, have a fight, maybe see if they have a pulse, see if they're alive, see if they give a shit. Because I see you leaving something behind. The thing that's not going to emotionally satisfy you. But before you go, make sure no stone is unturned. Okay? Because it's saying, hold on. Because I know you're thinking about it. You're thinking about staying or going. Five of Wands. Challenge the status quo. Argue them. Fight with them. There's blocks. There's obstacles. Try to uncover them. That's what it's saying here. Don't rush in and just bleh. Diary of the mouth, I'm leaving. No, that's not going to help you here. It's not going to work for you either. I'm just saying. All right, Queen of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. The Tower, friends. The Tower. You know how I feel about the Tower. And then there's the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. It's like you almost are like... Ooh. You're gonna... Okay. Hold on a second. You're going to have a little bit of a yo-yo situation going on here with whatever your current predicament is. But let's just keep focused on this mid-month part of the reading. Now let's talk about the Tower. For those of you who are new, I describe and explain the cards so you know what I'm talking about to your life. The Tower happens to us when we know there's something that is bothering us. Whether it's a relationship, a job, something that's nagging at us, right? But we're staying in anyway. And we're forcing ourselves to accept a scenario or situation that we're not happy with because we need the money, because we don't want to be lonely, because we think we have nowhere else to go. So we force ourselves to stay in places because our comfort zone or what have you. That's a fight. That's a breakup. That's a job loss. That is something the universe, because it's a major, forces upon you to make these changes in your life. And let me get even more closer into detail when I tell you. Remember earlier when I was describing the Wheel of Fortune? This is when the universe does certain things to us that puts wheels in motion. Somebody says something and it triggers something in you, makes you feel a certain way. So you start doing counter moves. It does that so it can build up to this moment where it can collapse your life because you're not moving. You're staying there. And if you don't make these moves, you'll be stuck. And clearly it sees that you're not happy in a certain situation or an environment. So this comes along. That happens to you. So it forces you to make those changes. Now you got to get a new job. Now you do have to make amends in a relationship or move on. Or now you do have to make, decisions here. Let's see what's going on here with love. What's going on here for love? What are we going to be chatting about in the extended, please? Oracles, what's the biggest deal here? All right, I have retreat and attraction. And playfulness. All right, some of you are taking a beat. Some of you are taking a time out from relationships. You're just kind of like going in because you might not be happy with what you got or who you're with or whatnot. And attraction is telling me, the best way for you to attract a person, a relationship, or a situation, or even in your current relationship is by you doing you. You doing your own thing. You being you, right? Because at the bottom of the deck, I also see playfulness. Not being so serious. Being a little flirty-gurdy, Being a little like having fun, like life is great. Because once you turn on that smile and that light, you'll be like a beacon for everyone. Everyone's going to just be attracted to you. And it's never pretty when someone looks thirsty. It's just it's like a turn off. You know this, guys. All right, we'll chit-chat more about this in the extended when we deep dive with Tarot. I'm reading from the Angels of Abundance because I'm feeling lately like now we got to put, some steam under our asses to change ourselves in order to create the abundance that we want, right? Health, wealth, love, whatever that is for you. Aries, what are the messages? What should Aries do, please? You got 2. Face your financial fears. Now, this is going to be important. When you're honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that you, in fact, have nothing to fear, and that every successful person has struggled with and released these self-doubts. You need to tell yourself, yeah, I'm scared I'm not going to make it. Yeah, I'm scared I'm not going to have the money for my future, for my life, for my kids. What are we going to do? I'm like 50, 60, 70 years old. What? I'm worried. Okay. Say so. Say that. The universe hears you and they will give you those opportunities that you need to be okay. Right? And then once you face them, be like, look, if I start making tiny little moves, I'll be able to feel more confident and build the confidence within me day after day, knowing that, I'll have a healthier financial future. Conscious consumer. Don't spend like a nut job like me. I go into the airport and it's like I start spending and buying stupid stuff I don't need. Like it's my job, and it's not. But being a conscious consumer, you have the power to heal and help the world with your decisions, to buy only products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. As a conscious consumer, you choose to invest in fair trade, organic foods. You live simply and you purchase only that which you need. If you look wasteful, you seem wasteful, the universe is not going to guide you, because you're going down a path of like materialism and you don't care and blah, 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 because that's not how it works. It's pay it forward type vibes. That's how the universe works, right? So be a conscious consumer. Don't be wasteful. Not that you guys are, but just keep it in mind. All right, this is what I have for you this week. I hope this helped and you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one.